This video here, we're gonna dive into a gas line that we did. Hey everybody, welcome to our channel, The Plumbing Gurus. My name's Clayton. On this channel, we strive to save you money, keep you informed on all the proper plumbing practices. All right, now for the fluff, we're gonna dive right into this. So here what we have is we have 1.25 inch gas line that we ran, Mega Press. I think this is the first time we've used Mega Press on a full gas line. Usually we use Mega Press on a renovation, if we're adding a gas line, if it's really hard to thread. So yeah, this is the first time we've used it. It's a little bit more expensive, but for time efficiency, it's extremely quick. You got to be a little careful when you're joining your fittings together to make sure everything's nice and level, but there's still a little bit of play in the fittings, ideally not. But anyways, let's dive into this. So what we have here for gas is we have a fireplace right here. We have a barbecue going over there. We have a future range, and we have some gas work in the mechanical room. So what we did is we sized this gas line to be a 1.25 inch gas line. Now, I'm just gonna go through the gas line. I'm not gonna tell you guys the codes and all that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna show you how we did the gas line, okay? So here we ran our gas line. We put a T right in this corner here. We came out and we attached our flexible gas lines that we ran for our fireplace, which I'll show you upstairs. And we also ran our gas line over to here, which is gonna run to the barbecue. It's not completed yet. They still have to build us a ledger on the outside. So all it is just a termination that this will be sitting on. There was a bit of a process here. You know what? I'm gonna talk to you about it because it's not like just a standard gas line, okay? So what we had to do is they were spray foaming, so we had to prep for the spray foam. Okay, so what did we do? We cored a 2.5 inch hole. We ran a 2.5 inch conduit through the concrete wall. We ran that past the spray foam, right? Now I have, if you look up there, like right below the tin, there's a 2-inch conduit there that I'm gonna run my gas line through. They still got to put a ledger on the outside, so that's the whole thing. They didn't have the material on site, and the spray foam guy was here. And it's the way that things go sometimes. It's not always a perfect world, so you have to adapt to the situation that you're in. So now we'll have to cut the pipe, put the ledger, drill a small enough hole because our termination is only so big where it allows 2 holes to go through. So if I drill a 2-inch hole, I'm not gonna have anywhere to secure that termination to the outside. So it's a little bit of a process, but there is a method and it's gonna work. So that's what's most important. Let's dive back to this 1.25 inch. So what we did is we just did kind of an offset 90-90, excuse me, to bring us straight. We came nice and straight, you know, as tight as we could. We could have gone a couple inches tighter here, but what's the point? To this tin. It's not going to cause a huge issue when they come to frame this if they ever finish the basements. So we came over, super simple gas line, 90 it straight into the mechanical room. And don't forget, we do have a video, a time-lapse video on Carson and I and Theo doing this gas line. All right, so in the mechanical room here, we tried to keep it as simple, basic, and clean looking as possible. Come in with the 90, we had to 90 down, 90 over to offset for this tin here. And also, keep in mind, there's 1,000 different ways you guys can run this, right? And we were kind of limited to the fittings. The day we did it, it was minus 37 or 40 degrees outside, like it was flipping cold. So the fittings we got, we tried to make work the best that we could instead of having to leave the house and then come back. So we come here, this is 1.25 inch, we just ran 1.25 inch to 1. That 3/4 inch going up there is the future range gas line. Apparently we're not even running it to there, we're just gonna be putting a valve and a cap onto that T, and that's gonna be the end of that. It continues 1 inch down to the combi boiler, which is, does heating and also does, it's a tankless heater as well, which is really neat and a huge space saver. Just an awesome system. We love installing these. We highly recommend them. Navien is the ones we usually install. Great product. We've had no issues with them. And so from the end here, it goes 1.25 inches down to 3/4 inch, and 3/4 inch runs down to the furnace. So everything here on this gas line has to be air tested still. We'll probably be putting valve, air test. We'll probably valve and cap everything and then air test. We still got to wait for that ledger to be built before we air test. So yeah, once we get all that done, gas will be ready to roll and we'll be ready to go. So anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys have any comments, questions, if you guys run things a little differently, or if you love the way we do stuff, leave us a comment. If you don't, we'll keep it to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Leave us a comment. We love comments, good or bad. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.